What's up all my double dogs? It's your boy Sean Ollie, Strength Corps 9 5-star General. Welcome to another video. It's Monday. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you guys are motivated for the week. We got a new Motivation Monday coming next week for the first Monday of July, so be looking forward to that. And real quick plug before I get started, if you're interested in a no cuts, no glory shirt, I'll link you right here in the cards feature to my website, thestrengthcorps.com. All of the money that I make for this goes towards making you guys more shirts and more, things. Hats are coming soon, just some delays with that. And also extra money also goes back into the channel or into school, because I am going to school right now. So the money's being used for a good thing. I'm not just selling these to, go out and, party. So it's all an investment, and I appreciate everybody who has bought a shirt, who will buy a shirt in the future, or who just clicked and tried to buy one just now. So I appreciate all of that. All right, so like you saw, the title of the video is my current split and then how to train while dieting. So I'm gonna cover my split really quick. I don't wanna make this about me. I'm trying to help you guys out. And then I'll go ahead and explain to you guys the method I believe is, best when you're trying to diet and train and maintain your muscle mass and all the good stuff like that. All right, so I moved up to the side, so I have some room over here. So my split goes like this. As far as weightlifting, right? I go upper body, lower body 3 times each a week, alternating for 6 days on, and then Sunday I take off. So my workout looks like this. So Monday is lower body, Tuesday's upper, Wednesday's lower, Thursday's upper, Friday's lower, Saturday's upper. Sunday is rest, cardio, possibly an arm workout, and I'm gonna explain why. So Monday and Tuesday, I go very heavy. I go very heavy Monday and Tuesday, like 3 to 5 rep range, okay? 3 to 5 rep range, however you say that. But basically what I'm trying to say is I go really heavy on those days. So it's more of like my powerlifting days. And I'm usually just doing mostly compound movements. I'm not doing really any isolation, and the volume is very low because the intensity is very high. Now going to Wednesday and Thursday, I go about 6 to 8 reps. So it's kind of like that sweet spot. It's still building really good strength, but you're also moving towards hypertrophy rep ranges. So I will do still mostly compound movements, but I'll do a little more volume since I'm not going super heavy and the intensity is a little bit lower. Then on Friday and Saturday, I go 10 to 15 reps, more of like your typical bodybuilding range, really trying to get a good pump. I will throw in some isolation movements in there, still doing mostly compounds though. And of course, because it's a little bit lower intensity, the volume is gonna be a little bit higher. I go about 30, like 25 to 30 sets on these days. The other days, like my 6 to 8 rep range, I'll go about 20 sets. And then on my 3 to 5 rep range, is about 15 sets max. Okay. Now, as far as cardio goes, I'm doing 4 days a week of low intensity, steady state cardio for 30 minutes. And then twice a week, usually on Monday and Tuesday, my heavy days, since I'm not super taxed, I'll go ahead and do some high intensity interval training. I just got me a speed ladder. You guys saw in my vlog yesterday that I got me some running shoes. So if I want to do some sprints or, just anything like that, maybe go play some basketball or shoot around a little bit. That really isn't high intensity, but I don't consider it like steady state. It's kind of like moderate really intensity. So, something like that, just something to kind of get my heart rate up and that doesn't last forever. But so I'm getting in some type of cardio almost every day. That's just how I prefer to do it. Now, let's get into why I'm training like this and kind of tell you guys about how to train while you're dieting. So, as you guys know, yeah, I'm still dieting. People are probably like, man, like, 1, you're already pretty lean. And 2, you've been dieting a while. And it's like, yeah, I have, but as you guys know, when I diet, I'm kind of like I'll diet really hard, and then like sometimes I just need a break. Like this last week, I just needed a break from dieting. Like with school and everything, my mind was just, it was everywhere. And it's just like to have to sit there and count macros and I even took a break from training. Like I just go by feel. I know my body and like my mind just needs a mental break, and I just need to live like a normal human. I know when that comes, and that's why I train so hard, because I know that, if I do take a little break, it's not gonna affect me a lot. Like my weight went up a little bit, but I know it's mostly water. It's coming down really fast. I'm not even sweating it. Like I don't have body image issues, which is another video I'm gonna be making soon, but besides the point, I digress. So when it comes to dieting, right, of course you're gonna be in a caloric deficit, so you're not gonna be having the calories that you normally would have to recoup from, any type of workout, whether it's high intensity, high volume, whatever. Okay, you're gonna be taking in less calories than you're expending, hence you lose weight, body fat, hopefully if you're training correctly, and bada boom, bada bam, hopefully by the time summer or your competition or whatever date, or if you don't have a date, just whenever you reach your goal, you get there and you get there properly. So why I like to train the way I'm training, like for instance, my upper body, lower body split, I'm not gonna say that it's for everyone. A lot of people can't go to the gym 6 days in a row. That can burn a lot of people out. Me, I'm just crazy and I love the gym, so it works really well for me. Maybe for somebody who wants a little less volume or a little less frequency rather, maybe you could do something like upper lower on Monday, Tuesday, take Wednesday off, then upper lower, take Saturday and Sunday off. That would be something more tailored towards somebody who's maybe a beginner, or if you're intermediate and you want to just throw a little more volume on those 2 days and go really heavy on the first 2 and then super high volume the second 2, that might work for you as well. And then on the in-between days, you can maybe focus on weak points, or you can do more cardio or high intensity interval training or something like that. So that would be a way to go around that. But why I like to train, or why I like to train and why I feel like it's great to train this way, is because when you're dieting, you're really not building any muscle. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless you're a noob and you're kind of losing fat and gaining muscle kind of at the same time, you're basically recomping, you know, is a better way to phrase that. If you're dieting, you're not gaining anything. So you're not really getting a lot out of doing a bunch of volume, because volume is really great when it comes to building muscle. It's very detrimental when it comes to burning fat. And that's just because, like I said, you're not gonna be able to have the same output that you would have if you had those extra calories. And really, when it comes to dieting, it comes down to your diet. Your training doesn't burn as many calories as people think it does. Like, people think that, oh, if I work out really, really hard, I'll burn a whole bunch more calories. Like, trust and believe, you're not burning as many calories as you think you are when you're training. You may burn 3, maybe, if you're training dumb hard, I'm talking stupid hard, you may burn like 500 calories, maybe. And of course, yeah, there's the afterburn effect or whatever, where basically, you know, post-workout, you're gonna continue to burn calories as your body tries to repair. But again, it's not such a great, like, people think that like they burn thousands of calories when they're working out, which is why a lot of people think they can out-train a bad diet, which you can't, because think about it. You gotta train hard as fuck for like 2 hours to maybe burn 500 calories, right? And then if you want to do a Stairmaster or treadmill for another 30 to 45 minutes steady state, you may burn another 400. So you're talking about 3 hours to burn maybe 1,000 calories. If you take a hamburger from like McDonald's, or if you go to Five Guys or some shit like that, right? How quickly can you really put away 1,000 calories? I'll tell you, I can put the shit away in about 5 to 10 minutes. So 5 to 10 minutes, I can eat 1,000 calories, but it takes me about 2 to 3 hours to burn it. Exactly, that's exactly why, you know what I'm saying? Like, people overestimate, you cannot work a bad diet, I'm sorry, you can't, because it's too easy to take, it's way easier to take in calories than it is to expend them. That's just the nature of it. So what I like to do is, with my training, I like to just make sure I maintain a lot of my strength, because if you're maintaining your strength, most likely you're maintaining that muscle mass. So that's why I like to train in different rep ranges for those 3 days of alternating upper lowers. I go really heavy, then I go semi-heavy, then I go a little bit lighter, like moderate weight, higher volume, all right? So I'm getting all the rep ranges in. And I'm sticking to mostly compound movements, so I'm working all the muscles. And then of course, things like my rear delts or abs, just maybe little things here and there that I want to kind of, you know, make sure, you know, like face pulls I love doing for shoulder health. I love doing stuff like, you know, ab work, just to, you know, directly hit the abs instead of just getting that isometric tension from like squatting and benching. Just kind of hitting them isometrically. That way, I'd rather hit them, you know, with some isolation movements. So, again, guys, like, you don't have to do a whole bunch of variation, because that's not really going to help you a lot when you're dieting. If you're dieting, you want to really focus on that, your diet. Okay, that's what's going to give you the results. Okay, you can be training your ass off. If you're eating more calories than you're burning, you're going to gain weight. And yeah, maybe you'll gain some muscle, but if you're trying to lose fat, it's very hard, especially if you're not a beginner anymore, to lose that fat while still putting on muscle. So you really just want to maintain your strength. So you don't have to go super high volume. If you like to train that way, cool, that's whatever, but I'm telling you, real talk, you don't have to train with super high volume. Lower your volume a bit, heighten the intensity intensity. All right, I want to use proper grammar because the grammar fucking police is always out here on YouTube. All right, you want to make sure that you know, you're kind of making sure that your training is not gonna deplete you to the point where you can't recoup, because remember, you're not gonna have those extra calories to recoup. So train with a lot of compound movements, train with a lot of intensity, lower the volume a little bit, and if you're really into it, like I said, just focus on your diet, get your cardio in. That's gonna help you as well to create more of a deficit, but your diet is key. All right, what happens normally when you're dieting, right? When you're dieting, normally if you hit a plateau, what do? You drop your macros, right? You maybe drop some carbs, maybe a little fat or something like that, right? You're really typically not gonna change your routine. A routine is not gonna make you gain or lose muscle. You know what I'm saying? I can take this same routine I'm using for dieting and I can grow on it. It's just how many calories am I getting in? Because now, right now, since I'm getting less calories, I'm not really gonna get stronger on my movements unless I'm a noob, or unless I'm doing an exercise that I'm new to and I'm adapting neurally, basically. I've talked about this in other videos. Like, if you're new to a movement, you can get stronger at it because of the neural adaptations. Like, your central nervous system is getting you used to doing the movement. So if you've never really done a bench press before and you start doing bench press, you have enough muscle to move more weight than you're able to move at first, but your body has to learn the movement, you understand? So you can still get stronger. But if you're already doing that movement, you've been benching for 4 or 5 years already, you're not gonna get stronger while you're dieting on that, unless, you know, really unless you're on drugs. So let's just be real. But again, guys, don't focus so much on your routine, focus on the diet. That's what's gonna bring the body fat down. So I'm gonna have another video coming out with my top 3 splits on what I feel is most efficient for dieting, but I just wanna tell you guys about training while dieting. Focus more on your diet and less on your routine, because I'm telling you right now, you're not gonna burn too much more calories by doing a whole bunch of other work. Work smarter, not harder. Don't forget the orders, subscribe and share, like and comment, follow my social media. Till next time, all my devil dogs, dismissed.
I'm a general, a nigga.